Hi, how's it going, guys? We are playing, of course. We're not playing. We're building in TaleSpire today. Let me turn off the TaleSpire volume. There it is. There's that sweet, sweet wizard smoke that we love so much. Welcome. It is TaleSpire Tuesday. It is Tuesday, of course, and this is TaleSpire. And my name's Pete, aka Vaporlock81. And we are going to hang out and build a dungeon in TaleSpire. Because it's Tuesday, and that's what we do on Tuesdays. If it were Wednesday, we wouldn't even be here. Let's see. Corners. So yeah, we last left off on this room here. And it's mostly done. I'm going to go back and put stuff on these little shelves, like individual bottles and jars and bowls and stuff, because those assets exist and we may as well just go ahead and throw them in there, because why not? Details. So there's supposed to be like a mummy on each of these, or an assembled skeleton or a half-finished mummy on each of these tables, which we've kind of done with just a skeleton. I don't think there's anything here. It just shows a couple big urns. I guess we could do a couple more cauldrons. Let's see. Props, containers, cauldron. Let's just do one of these boys here and another one of these boys, like right here-ish, and sticking out a bit to there. Good. Cool. Yeah, just some mini cauldrons. There's also, where is that? Oh, this thing. The thing with the green goop. Which I guess we could do? You know what? Let's get rid of this one. And let's do the green goop. Let's do the goopy. Let's do all the goopy colors in here. Put that there, and we will put a little flame under that one as well, like we did for this one. Let's see. Lighting. Lights. Let's do this guy. Will that work? I think so. Just pop it right there. Up a little bit. And up there. Boom. Yeah, sure, that works. All right, cool. And we can put, there isn't really, I think our options are a broom. They don't have other, like a big paddle is what I'm looking for. I don't think we've got that option. Nope. That's fine. We can just use the broom. That's fine. Let's see. We can just prop it here. Alright, about there. Boom. Done. And up a little. Yeah, I don't want it to sink too far. Ooh. Let's see. Rotate it slightly. And scooch it over slightly. Good enough. That works. Cool. So that's that. Alright. Pretty sure this room is done. That is room number 19. Which is... This is the laboratory and mummy preparation room. Sweet. Totally plain, cluttered place, volume of items within calculated to waste time for the players. Great. All the walls are lined with shelves. Upon these are old jars filled with dust and impotent ingredients of all sorts. There's a large desk and stool, 2 workbenches, 2 mummy preparation tables. Oh, 2 mummy preparation. Well, what are the other 2 tables? It has 4 on the map. Alright, well, we won't worry about that. Oh, yeah, and there's a key at the bottom of one of the cauldrons that has acid in it. Alright, well, let's move on. Let's move on to... Ooh, okay. Let me look at what's 20... 10 feet deep. Pit completely fills the passageway and extends so as to make jumping across it totally impossible for most creatures. Must be crossed by climbing down and walking across it, then climbing up the other side. Simple. Wrong. Any footstep upon at least 3 feet of the eastern portion of the pit will cause a volley of spikes to be dislodged upward, and each person in the pit or leaning over its edge will be struck by d4 plus 1 spikes, each hit causing a d6 points of damage, piercing damage, I'm guessing. No saving throw. Really? No saving throw? Some magical means must be used to get across, for new spikes will come up where the ones which were discharged came from. Okay, well. Isn't that just fancy? Cool. Well, that is just off of this room. That's the next area off of this room. Completely. And that's 20 feet worth of stairs in this direction. So I guess we'll build that first, and then we're going to double back and do this area, because this dead ends. This ends up in a sort of dead-end area. This keeps going. So we're going to do the stairs, and then we're just going to go back and finish up the dead end. So dungeon stairs. Stairs. And I believe right about there. Yeah, cool. There and there, and there and there, and there and there, and there and there. So that's 20 feet linear of stairs. It goes up much more than that because these are pretty steep steps. We don't have an option for our stairs. We did, however, gain something pretty cool. Andre Plays Games, welcome. How's it going? We're building, we're continuing to build in TaleSpire. We did gain a pretty neat let's see, tile in, where is it? Is it ruined? Diagonal movement seems larger than linear. Yep, absolutely. Where is... Yeah, these are just very steep steps. Where's that new asset that we got in TaleSpire? Desert Village? 2 tiles of stairs is 30 feet. Kind of. It goes up 5 feet. Actually, I guess it is the same, because this is 20 feet and this is 20 feet. It just looks weird. Because this is 5, 10, 15, 20. So, I guess it's right. It just looks a little awkward. Which one is it? Is it... Oh! Nope, not Palisade. Ruined Temple. That's what I'm looking for. There we go. So we got this, which is a corner piece for stairs. And we actually got... Oh, it doesn't really work with these stairs, but you can do, like, stair corners for big, weird things. Big stairs situations. Moving up 10 feet and down or whatever. Yeah. It just seems longer. Alright. But yeah, we got a bunch of new stuff. We got the Snake Temple. So we have a Snake Temple entrance. Some snaky tiled floors. A bit too much pretzel sticks. Oh no. Yeah, got some new stuff. Yeah, Snake Temple tiles and stuff like that. Ruined floors, so unfinished floor, ruined, you don't have to do an entirely complete floor if you want to show distress, like some of the tiles or some of the stones have fallen away. We have that now. We can do it. Get it. Oh, it's a tiny one. Yeah, that's cool. And new floor pieces. I don't know why they didn't do a 2x2. They just did a 1x2. But whatever. Remember how I was preparing for D&D last Saturday? Yes. How did that go? Cue the oh boy. Oh no. How am I going to do this? Do I just want to do stair blocks? I think I just want to do stair blocks. That's the easiest way to do it. Yeah, we're going to do stair blocks. Let's see. Dungeon. Ooh, bam. Bam. The XDM was tired, forgot it was Saturday, tried fixing his sleep schedule so he was out of it. Oh no. Into... Whoa, why did that jump all the way down there? No idea. And... I guess there? Does that work? In a weird way, it does work. Alright. He's definitely acting as if he had a drink or two, but he doesn't drink. Oh, jeez. Yeah, sleep deprivation is pretty bad. Stone ones look oddly soft. They're marshmallow stones. Delicious marshmallow stones. Yeah, put those there. Yeah, moss covered. Yeah, definitely. Yes, perfect for taking a short rest. There. Yeah, I like this way better than trying to stack walls on top of each other. These work perfectly because they're only 5 feet tall, so you don't have to overlap them, and they fill up the space very nicely. So we'll do that, and then on top of those, and then on top of those. Done. There. That leads down to... Let's see. Are we going to do... I guess we're doing the floor flush. The session started with everyone leveling up because of the session 2 weeks ago, the You Awake in an Arena, then the RP session, and this was the 3rd. Nice. There, and let me take a look. Reference the map. Oops, hit my mic. Sorry. Oh, good, more stairs. Boy. Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Okay, I see. This turns right. Okay, that's not a big deal. We can do that. And oh, I didn't notice they had one of these without the ridge. Okay, well, I guess I'll use that one. Weird. Right after the level up, the wolf-raised archer veteran player decided to hunt breakfast. She caught a bat-winged boar, and the battle chef cooked it with spice that gives +1 con for the next battle, like a +1 to con saves. Nice. Do you is it cool working with modifiers in 5e? Do you find, or do you prefer to stick with the straight up advantage disadvantage? Or do you like working with advantage and disadvantage? As soon as they eat together, the XDM says they want to scout the only way out of the village in the middle of the forest. Oh, we're not playing 5e, we're playing a simplified homebrew 3. Oh, nice, cool. Alright, so let's copy that, throw it down here. Okay, so this is where we have the trap. Another pit trap. Surprise, surprise. Or is it really a pit trap, or is it just a pit? I don't think it's a pit trap. I think it's just a pit. Let me see. Area 20. Yes, huge pit filled with 200 spikes. 10-foot deep, open pit. Yeah, so it's not hidden. Fills a passageway and extends so as to make jumping across totally impossible for most creatures. The pit must be crossed by climbing down and walking across it, then climbing up the other side. Okay, right. All right, so it's going to completely encompass this hallway. So let's do that, and it's 20 feet. So I'm going to measure out like that, and I'm also... Is this? Nope. There's got to be one without that. Let's see. Oh, there might not be. Weird. Maybe that's why I'm not using the... Huh. Okay. Well, doesn't matter. There we go. Okay. I probably paused the game and tell the players last time we had the RP session where everyone split up and you fairly said there were no plot hooks. The thing is, the druid was on his own when he talked to the stable owner who could be rented to give you a cart ride. Oh, you rent a cart ride out of town, etc., etc. Why would one person hire a cart? Right. So I let them know I'd like them not to split up at this time. The XDM says he wants to scout regardless. And then the rest of the players politely just follow where his character is going. Cool. Move that thing down there. Alright, so for this, we're going to just frame out the pit. And grab one of these. Move it down below here. And yeah, that's the perfect height. There we go. Just gonna build a wall along this pit down here. Here we go. Nice. Whoops. One there and one there. And it's only 10 feet deep, so we only need one more level. So let's go down, up a little, I think. Nope, too far. Up a little more. There, perfect. While going through the town, I let them know that they saw the mayor head to his bar, and he asked them to come over. The DM asked, we spent a whole session in this town. We visited all the major sites. If there's nothing more, we're leaving. So they ignored the mayor. I don't remember, I'll just go with it. Yeah. As they're leaving the town, I use a whoopity-doop NPC. Okay, there we go. Alright, so how are we going to do the floor of this thing? Did we do that? Oh, we missed a bit. There we go. Made up on the spot a kenku with a sparrow pattern of feathers named Jack, but they never knew his name because they just kept walking. Anyway, Jack informs the mayor that he is coming. Okay. There we go. Guess we'll do it this way, and we'll just do flooring along the edge. So, easiest way to do this. Let's do it this way. Oiti. Hi. I like TaleSpire. I love TaleSpire. It's a great 3D map making program. Ooty, gotcha. It's a great map making program. I love it. If I had my way, I'd run all my games in it. But as it stands, my players don't all have it. So I don't get to run games in it as often as I'd like. Oh, Mayor heads toward the only road to and from town, tries making the cloaked man leave, who, by the way, they just walk past because they have nothing to do with it. So the mayor ends up in a tussle, and the cloaked man runs away toward the road. Maybe I should have had him run toward the forest. They hear the mayor scream, see him on the ground, and try to stop the man. Discord, it works okay. Yeah, with Discord, it's pretty good. That's what we usually use when I usually don't run in TaleSpire, but I do have a friend who runs his games in there, and we use Discord to do all the, text and chat. You can text in here, but you can only through your character though. DM shares screen and moves bits on TaleSpire. Oh yeah, the sharing screen. Yeah, I do like that option, only if you have something that you don't want the players to see, like I don't know. Well, I guess you could get away with it as long as you make everything dark and you use lighting to your advantage to hide the things you don't want them to see. You could get away with it, I think. Oh yeah, cutscene, absolutely. To pull them all where you want them to go. It's like, get over here. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so there's the pit, 10 foot deep. Absolutely. All right. So there's the pit. It's pretty simple. We don't really have to do spikes. I mean, it's just basically spikes flying out of the ground and going up, shooting up toward the ceiling. So anyone looking down the pit and anyone like in these two squares, these last 5 feet are affected by that. Let's see. Archer shoots, arrow dodged. Archer's wolf tries to tackle the figure, slides under. Then the whiz tries shooting magic missile. Everybody likes describing that spell differently. To him, it's like a dodgeball-sized blue ball of force. The thief throws a dagger at it to sense it, because the blue tinge is not easily seen during the day, and dodges. Now in close range, the monk tries to trip him up with a leg sweep. They all miss, despite most of them rolling above 10 because of the AC 20. Paladin XDM level 2 decides to step in front of the thief and knock them prone with a shield. Okay. So that's the pit. Okay, so we did the pit. We're going to double back and we're going to do this area right over here. All right, so that's the secret door that comes out of this pit trap. If they fall down this pit, they find this secret door that leads down into this area. This module really assumes a lot that the PCs are gonna fall in the pit, and a lot of the times it requires them to think outside the box and actively seek out, secret doors where they would not normally look for them, which I guess is fine. It does say at the beginning, this is a thinking player's module. You can't just brute force it. You have to search and you have to really think about it. Gets 18 and since put most of points in strength and had a +4, 22. Alright, knock him down. Ask him to roll a straight D6. Let's see, this goes. Oh, that does not go there. Okay, it's fine. It's a little weird on that corner. Alright, so whoops. Let's throw that there. Grab these. Right there. asks about his weapon bonus. I say, now the +1 from your weapon doesn't help. He says, no, my proficiency, which is a +2. I say, well, this isn't an attack. You're knocking him down. Oh, he's against the flat side of your shield. Just, oh, yeah, okay. He gets a 1, instantly hear him like smack the table or something, and he starts defending his argument why he should get the +2, as if a 3 instead of a 1 damage would make the difference. Right, yeah, I mean, he wouldn't get 2 from his proficiency anyway. It just is, if he has good strength, then yeah. It would be, I would say, well, no, it's his offhand, so no, it would just be the d6. With shields, it would be a d4 because improvise. Oh yeah, good call. Since he doesn't have a feat or anything that gives him shield attack or anything like that. If he had used the edge of his shield, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'd say good call. It would just basically be an opposed strength check with, you know, the addition of a d4 damage. So it's like a 5-minute one-side argument. Yeah, sure. Those happen. Listening to his points because I don't want to just tell a friend to no, shut up, right? Yeah. Oops. There we go. Whole party sort of goes silent. Yeah, not much you can do in that if you don't have a horse in the race. You're just like, I'm just gonna stay quiet for this. Alright, let me double check how I have this lined up. Alright, good. The monk who monks with 33 in real life, who is very much a go with the flow type dude, says, just give it to him. Yeah. Let's see there, and one more there. And we'll do the same over here. In fact, let me get rid of this. We'll use this instead. There. That way we're not overlapping if we don't have to. And up. And up. Boom. Alright. So that's only 10 feet of stair that leads down into another corridor. Yet another corridor. And doop, and doop, and... oh, there we go. That's easier. If I turn off clipping, it will drop on top of the blocks I've already placed. Let's see. Then the veteran interjects and says, in my opinion, it shouldn't do any damage because it's like a grapple. Right, you're stopping the enemy's movement and knocking them prone. I add, the damage isn't from their push or the shield impact, it's mainly from the force of them hitting the ground. And we end it and move on. Druid roots this thief and traps him. From there on, they don't interrogate much because it's still awkward because of the paladin. Sure. Alright, drop that there. And there. Okay, so this corridor goes for 40 feet till a dead end, but 10 feet just before the dead end, there's a door on the left-hand side. So we got 40 feet, that's 10, 20, 30, 40. Oh, it's 40 feet, not include, wait, no, I'm 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Right, the stairs are 10. Yes, okay, we got it. All right, there, that makes more sense. Okay, so let's see. Oh, interrogating. The mayor bleeds out. The panda takes the mayor's walking stick, uses it as a staff in a fit of anger after crying over his mentor's dead body, starts beating the trapped thief. The players sort of let this gruesome cutscene happen. The Kenku yells to the panda, "Do you think this is what Muge would have wanted?" And the panda stops and sheds another single tear. It's a pretty intense situation. Let's see. So this is there and then there, and there's a door in that gap, but there are walls everywhere else there. The paladin used his new ability, Healing Hands, D10 to health once per day on the bleeding turtle. There, and there. Cool. He goes with it. Whatever. Oh, this is going to be tricky. How do we do a door here? Well, because of the way we've done this, we've sort of painted ourselves into a corner. The only way we can really do a door is if we come out a little bit here and then put the door in. I mean, that's fine. Oh, this is area 18. I should probably read and see what it does. I let him know it doesn't remove debuffs or stop bleeding. He goes with it, whatever. While they're scattered, focusing on the drama panda, the thief gets the thing he stole taken from him by the druid, and he returned it to the body. Okay. This is what, 18. False crypt, protected by fear gas. Oh. Snap. Okay. Let's see. Before the party can enter this area, they must ascend the stairs and enter the slightly cloudy West Passage. The tunnel is filled with fear gas, not tear gas, fear gas. And unless the character is announced they are holding their breath before entering its 40-foot length, they will breathe in the gas. It's, I guess, a con save, or run away at top speed for 2d4 turns. Beyond the first 10 feet, the gas becomes thicker, and it irritates the eyes, so it's only a 3 and 6 for any character to notice the south door. Once the south door is open, the gas dissipates. Okay, I don't really have a way of filling this hallway with gas or mist or anything yet. I say yet because TaleSpire is always adding new stuff. So I'm going to just do a standard dungeon door right there. Make sure it's opening the correct way. I have to get out of build mode to do it. Okay, yep, that's what we want. Back into build mode. The thief then starts laughing maniacally after mumbling something, and out of the swamp a skeleton with a rusty sword comes and stabs him. As soon as he stops laughing, the skeleton turns to ash. It's supposed to be the cleric turned necromancer, so I did the clone spell thing sooner than later. Ah. Dungeon and stairs. Okay. Oh, what am I doing? There, and this stairway is 20 feet. So, let's go. Yeah, in between the stream, I went ahead and I raised everything up. I mentioned this on Saturday during my Skyrim stream. I raised everything up so that it is no longer super close to the bottom of the build space. I now have plenty of room that is rapidly depleting, but still plenty of room to build down. In fact, I came up so high that this pit, which was 100 feet deep, no longer reaches the bottom. It is. I have some clearance now, so that's cool. Oh, I can move this. There we go. I think we had that at like 60 feet, 60 feet, where we had it before. Yeah, that's supposed to be a you can't survive it pit. That's what that pit is. It's like, oh yeah, no, you're dead. Because you go in this room and there are three levers, and only the right sequence opens the hatch above you. But if you do the wrong sequence, it opens this floor, and you end up dropping 100 feet. Let's see, edit hide volume, and toggle. Boom, and down you go into the pit of death. There are skeletons down there. I don't think. Oh, there. You can just barely see them. Wait, there we go. There are the skeletons, way down there at the bottom. Alright, let's toggle this back. Boop. Alright, cool. I added pillars to this evil temple because I forgot that they existed. The pillars. It just looks better. It's a big open area. Kind of wanted to have pillars. Yeah, definitely. Oh, the session continues with they weren't reacting much. Oh, sorry, Uti. This is the Tomb of Horrors, the classic, infamous Tomb of Horrors from the original module is what I'm using for reference. Yes, I've never had the pleasure of playing it or running it, so I thought I may as well just build it. And maybe I'll use it later. I'm definitely going to try and put this up on. I mentioned this before. I tried doing Tales Bazaar and other TaleSpire sites where you can share maps, and it every time I try and log in, it takes me to a Steam login thing, and then I log in there, and then it doesn't log me into Tales Bazaar. Yeah, and Tales Tavern too. Same thing. It was the same issue with that. So I have no idea. I've been posting them up on the community in Steam with the map code that you get from TaleSpire. You can generate a map code and it'll export it. Hopefully that works. Right now, that's my only option until I figure out what's going on with Tales Bazaar and Tales Tavern. When the session ended, the veteran had to get their meds and the druid went to sleep. They were in the UK 1 hour behind, and it was 2 a.m. so understandably, but also they don't like confrontation and knew it was probably we probably speak about the uncomfort during the session, right? Can I help? I can speak to the site admin on Tavern. Oh, yeah, I mean, if you think that's fine, yeah, it's just I think I'm Vaporlock 81 on Steam. I'm pretty sure, but yeah, that's just the account I'm trying to log in with, and I don't know why it's not doing it. There, get rid of these, and we will do the stair blocks. Half pieces and these. Whoop, these. Let me go down to here. Nope, up a little. There we go. There. There we go. If I turn off clipping, I can do it faster. There we go. Okay. Oop, sorry. Ooh, that was incorrect. There we go. Move that down. Copy. There we go. The XDM literally immediately starts talking about, hey, no hard feelings, but as the DM, you should have just told me no clearly and told me to shut up. and continues to berate how it's my fault for letting him speak his mind. Oh no. Just check admin is not on Discord at the moment. Oh, cool. Yeah, no worries. I can keep trying it. It's weird. I don't know what the deal was. It's like it was trying to log me into Steam, and then I did my Steam login and it didn't work, or maybe I just need to make an account on Tales Tavern. I don't know. I might have been just doing it wrong. I don't know. The wizard enjoyed the mystery and the plot hook and was giddy and happy, but yeah, the uncomfort was oof. The monk kind of just nodded, saying yeah and no sometimes. Oof. Oof. That's kind of uncool. That's it's. I mean, I understand a veteran DM trying to pass on knowledge, but you can't do stuff like that in the middle of a game. The ex-DM says sorry to the other two if he acted weird because he was... Oh, right, yeah. And then admits to literally playing Doom during the session just to stay awake. Oh, gosh. It runs off Steam account. Oh, I see. Okay. Haj Gulashi, welcome! Welcome. We are TaleSpiring, building stuff, building the Tomb of Horrors. How's it going, man? Runs off Steam, but you should not have to log in. Just hit the login with Steam button that appears. Huh, weird. I was like, I play chess sometimes, but do. Thank you for the sub, Haj Gulashi. The baby is so close. Which baby? Which baby? What are you talking about? Oh, the Twitch sub baby. Right, 8 months. I got it. The DM wasn't a veteran. He DM'd our first session. My first session. He barely played D&D. He's like a few months more into it than me. Ah, gotcha. Nice. All right, let's see. So this stairway comes down into a 20 by 20 room. All right, so it's coming right off the stairs. So let's bring this down a little bit and go to the floor. And let's see here. Boop. Yeah, that's fine. That, and that. Perfect. His session ended when he admitted he ran it into the ground and felt burnt out and didn't know where to go with the story. Yeah, I don't know. It's some people they need to feel engaged with what they're doing in order. I'm the same way. I need to feel engaged with what I'm doing in order to, put my heart into it and have fun. It's sometimes weird, and it makes it difficult for me to do some things. Like I can't really get, it's like, all right, let's do this. So like, if I ever feel like I'm not having a good time doing something, I'm not gonna, especially if I don't have to, I'm not gonna force myself to do it. Especially if other people are involved. I would say it's a good call on his part for just being like, look, I'm not feeling it anymore. I probably would have done it sooner from the sound of it and not run it into the ground first. But maybe that was just maybe he thought he would have let people down if he didn't want to keep running it. And I mean, I'm making a lot of assumptions here. I do not even know the person. Yeah, it's tough sometimes, especially when you're doing something like running a game of D&D, because there's other people involved, and if the table isn't feeling right, then you gotta kind of take a step back and reevaluate and decide, should we keep going? Should I just end it here? Should I start a new campaign? Should I just start a new group? This is all this, like, what do I do? Let's see. Anywho, the day after nighttime, the druid player left a short message saying aren't going to continue with the... Oh, I'll just copy paste. Sorry, but this D&D group isn't working for me. Some of you need to be more mature, respectful to others in the group. Not going to waste my time listening to people bicker. Won't be joining. He already kind of let us down when he did we're 300 years into the future now, killing off all our family and any comfort and knowledge we had in the world. Ugh. Keep in mind, our party was hired by a mayor to just clear out a goblin cave. Yeah, I mean, I've said it before. I can easily compare most D&D parties to the crew on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, because every episode they are so just at each other. They're just like they split off into factions. They are at each other. They have one common goal, and then it changes. Like, oh no, I'm gonna do this now. It's like, oh, we're not really feeling this. Let's go do this instead. It is so. I rewatched the series recently, and I just thought of like, this feels so familiar. This just feels familiar. Why? Oh, right. Every D&D group I've ever been in or run for. All right. Yeah. Well, this. What is this area? Is this 18? 18A. Huh. 18A. What is in 18A? The false crypt. Steps down the chamber at the end are filled with webs, which I do not have yet in TaleSpire. Yet. I imagine that's something that they can add eventually, which can only be removed by magical fire. Ooh, interesting. Any character trying to break through them will become hopelessly entangled and cannot get free unless magically burned free or wished out. Jeez. At the very foot of the stairway is a silver inlaid mace, which will begin to glow with a bright golden light when it's picked up by any character. Whenever this weapon is swung at the pseudo-lich, it will hit. The pseudo-crypt, this thing, I'm assuming that there is a pseudo-lich in here. The pseudo-crypt is filled with rotting and decayed furnishings, which were once most costly, and upon a solid gold couch, a lich-like figure with a crown on its head will be slowly rising and throwing up its hands in apparent fear if the mace is being carried. A booming voice from the whole of the chamber will demand, "Who dares disturb the rest of Acererak? It is your death which you have found." After this announcement, you should show your players graphic number 18. What is graphic number 18? Let's see. Graphic number 18. Oh, it's this. It's the picture of the mummy lounging on the divan. Oh boy, that's fun. Let's see. Oh, crispy bacon. Welcome. I missed the early thing. Like a rabbit or monkey familiar. Let's see. Yeah, Sunday being berated for not handling situation. Very next day we called some of you immature. Made me feel even more wasn't directed toward me, but I've always been no, I mean it sounds like a tough situation. That's rough. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it definitely sounds like that whoever the paladin was sleep deprived and was definitely not. It was definitely not a cool thing to do, by any means. So you shouldn't feel bad about that. And I don't know. Maybe try to reach out to the druids, see if maybe you reform the group. Maybe if the paladin wasn't involved, they'd be more likely to keep playing, or maybe just leave it and just move on. Maybe try to reform with different players. All these people are my friends, but it definitely saddens me that the player decided to leave. Yeah, it's rough. Let's see. go to this miscellaneous interior. I don't think we have a couch, but we can build a couch. We can 100% build a couch. The wizard only had Discord on phone and he couldn't keep track of his couch. Oh yeah, he told me about that. Yeah, that's rough. That is a rough situation. Do we want these walls to be the same? This is supposed to be like a fancy room. I think this is fine. I mean, it's supposed to have been a fancy room. It's not fancy anymore. Everything's sort of decaying. So that's how come I know the druid disliked confrontation. Oh. Remedied this by making Discord chat for character sheets. Gotcha. Let's see. So, what's a quick? Oh, we can use. Oops. We can use furniture. Oh yeah, there might be something in furniture. I didn't even look. No. There's some chairs. I know there's a plush chair. This thing, which we used before, but that's not going to help us. So, a plush couch. I think we can do it. I think if we do this at an angle, right about there, we have to make it look staged, like center to the room just as they descend the stairs. That's where it is. Miscellaneous interior. Where is it? Oh my gosh. The scrolling is a little touchy. There we go. Ooh, it's a little big, but I think we can get away with it. Sure. Yeah, that looks plush. A pretty plush thing. Camping. We can use this. Oh, sorry. This at one of the ends as the sort of fainting couch thing there. There we go. Okay, maybe up a little bit more. Okay. Sure. I'll be working over the weekend as security 12-hour shifts for 4 days outside the music festival. So, ooh, for 2 weeks, it'll be a question mark on what'll happen with the group. Ugh, that does suck. I don't know. I would say if it isn't a stressful thing to kind of touch base with them in the interim, try that. If it's more trouble than it's worth, then I would say wait and see what they say, or what they decide. Yeah. See, I wouldn't want to continue with the adventure without the druid having their character just disappear from the world, but also I can't kick out the XDM because it's his Discord server. Oh, that sucks. Well, I mean, you can always make your own Discord server. It's free. It's a free thing to do. All right, we're gonna do a bookshelf, kind of tilted that way. There is overturned furniture now, so that's cool. We can do a flipped chair over in the corner. We can do a flipped table, or stool about there, and the table over here. Okay. I don't want to push them if they've decided to not want to play with the others because they're immature. That's fine. I do have my own server and wanted them to join, but they all agreed. We've already got this one, etc., etc. Well, I mean, if you're not gonna have the paladin in the group anymore, you just you can use yours. It's a simple thing to join a new Discord. Let's see. Oops. Oop, that's the wrong. Oh, there we go. It's gonna do a hanging tapestry. Bam. Cool. Which was so the XDM just gave me some permissions and said, I'll give you the permissions so as you ask for them. Yeah, right. Okay. So we got the couch, we got that. We're gonna do a bunch of like overturned or scattered books and stuff. Where are they? Here? Oh, here we go. Perfect. Yeah, just these papers. Guess that's fine. Rotate there and rotate there. Rotate there. And I guess we'll do the book here. Another one here. Another one over here-ish. He literally had only a 6 in his server, so I don't know how much damage I could do with admin. Literally before that session, I asked him to let me drag people from one voice chat to the other, like basic moderator things. Paper near bookshelf makes sense. Yep. Yeah. TaleSpire is a lot of fun. Let's see. That looks pretty good. I think I'm gonna do another tapestry. And probably another just scattered cushion. Oh, that's too big. How big is this one? Yeah, I'll throw that one. Just over here. Boop. And there. Alright. I was very excited to maybe use Tabletop Sim for our sessions because everyone had it. Yeah. I've heard good things about Tabletop Sim. I don't know if I need that. Oh, I know. Let's see. Are those here? They're probably in furniture, I think. Yes, there they go. Big rolls of carpet. Just gonna throw those there. Because why not? Makes it look kind of messy. And how about this? We're gonna move the chair here. We're gonna put this vanity in the corner here, also somewhat tilted. There we go. Does this open? It does not. I've heard and read how most veteran DMs handle like players begging for bonuses. Just say like, we'll do it this way now and later we'll discuss and define it. Yeah, that's sort of the way to do it. I mean, honestly, he's a veteran DM and it sounded like he was just baiting you to make a mistake. And that's not cool. Let's see. I think we're gonna put one of these here. Boop. And I think we have what else? Miscellaneous interior containers? No. Oh, containers are their own thing. Let's see. I'll throw one of these. There we go. All right. I guess that's fine. We might put a shelf on the wall. But for now, oh, actually, empty baskets. There, that's always a nice little clutter thing. Oh, you need the baskets from Skyrim, those big, useless baskets that are just for set dressing that you pick up by accident all the time. That would be cool. Let's set it down a little bit. All right. Which I agree. Heard of, yeah, which I agree is also well, but at the same time, I just thought I hear them out and explain my side of he go, okay, fair, it's your session, I understand, but yeah, I don't have any proof or anything but to base this off of, but he has mentioned session 1 how he was impressed in a sort of sad voice. He saw me doing a better job than him for a large group, and maybe in his tired state he subconsciously or even on purpose sabotaged me. Yeah, I would say that it definitely sounds splitting off, ignoring NPCs. Yeah, it all sounds very, I don't know, it sounds very intentional. I mean, I don't know, there's certain table etiquette in a game, and it sounds like he would just kind of like disregarded all of it. Anyway, we will be right back after this little ad break, and we'll chat more D&D and make some more Tomb of Horrors. Be right back. Hey, we're back. Hello again. We are doing this. There we go. I should probably also note this stream. For this stream, and this stream alone, we're going to be doing, I've added a feature on my channel where you can cheer, and depending on the level of the cheer, you can change my voice using my voice mod app. I cannot cheer in my own channel, so never mind. I can't show you what it would be like. I can showcase some of the voices, if I can remember. Let me see. There's this one, which I don't remember what level this one's at, but there's this one.
You must comply. Cleansing will begin in T-10 minutes.
That one, and
good old genius. This one, if you really want to sound like a speaking spell. Here is the Earth.
So there's that one. Again, I don't know what level I don't remember what level I put these at. Where is it?
This one, which is fun and a little spooky. I'm gonna adjust something here. Turn this down. There. That's a little better. Oh. How about there? Okay, there we go.
Yeah, the voices are a little loud. I had to tweak that a little bit. So that's also available. That's called Lost Soul. There's this one. So if you've watched the stream with Z, there's this one. It's got the I don't know how to describe it. You can hear it. It's weird. And this one, which is just straight up auto-tune. Yep. So yeah, those are available. You just cheer, and it changes my voice for 10 seconds. And I guess you can tell me what you want me to say. No profanity. As part of your cheer, you can script my 10 seconds of voice, no profanity again. So yeah, that is available. Back to this shiz. We're gonna go ahead and back into build mode. Scooch this down a hair. So yeah, this room is supposed to be like a red herring for the players. Oh, we got an ape now. Look at that. Let me go to build mode. You can see these better. We got an ape. Look at this. We got an orangutan. Look at that. Kind of creepy looking. We got a goose. An angry goose. Nice. Crocodile. That's new, isn't it? Pretty sure that's new. Snake we've had that for a while. Turtle we've had for a while. We still only have 2 dinos. This one we've had for a little bit. This one has also been around for a little bit. Still no dog. There's no dog. Interesting. You got good old Jareth. Good old Jareth. Alright, what are we looking for? We're looking for undead. Because we need a lich. And I believe we have one right there. I'll throw this guy right here. Wow, that is a tiny couch, but that's fine. that is a small couch compared to that mini, but whatever. All right, cool. So there's that. Yeah. So this room is basically just a red herring. The whole room is a red herring. It's supposed to make the players think that they found the lich, complete with the fancy enchanted mace, which is not actually. Well, it is enchanted. It's just, you know, it just glows. And the lich is just a zombie that has a bunch of layers of illusion magic and magic mouth spells and spell absorbing spells and stuff on it. So it's made to make the players feel like they've actually killed the lich, complete with once the lich disintegrates, the room starts to collapse, but it's just a programmed illusion to make the players think that the room is collapsing in on them. So yeah, and it has treasure that's actually worth money, and it has a map. If you find, you can find items in there that are actually worth money, and a map that actually also leads to another location that's several hundreds of miles away, but it's fake. It doesn't actually exist. It doesn't. The place pinpointed on the map doesn't actually exist. So. Yeah, if it doesn't make them let's see. If this doesn't make them suspicious enough to take another run through to check things out, put the module away for use when you have a different group or the same ones inquiring about one of the key references in the legend. Note that something so simple as a commune spell will reveal that the Demi-Lich has not been destroyed. In any event, Sararak will see the writing of things eventually. Will see to the writing of things eventually. The only treasure left in the pseudo-crypt is the gold couch. That's supposed to be a gold couch. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to make that. Alright, let's see. So 19 we did, the mummy preparation room. So yeah, that's the fake lich down in there. Let me go back in build mode and back here. Okay, so this is going to lead us further into the dungeon. Ooh, that's a lot. Let's see. So that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 feet. So 100 feet total from the pit. So that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Right there. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Yep. Cool. And let's see, that's 10, 20, 30. So 10, 20, 30, 40 feet from here. So 4 of those. And then there's an opening. There is a secret door there. So I actually need to put one of these and one of these so that they will be able to open that. And then the rest of that is just wall. And this entire side is just wall. And the end is that. And throw that there. And whoa. Whoa. Let's see. There. And whoa. Shoot. There we go. Okay. So this is the secret, right? 4? Or is this? It's easier for me to... Yeah, that's the secret door. All right. So that secret door. I should probably just use the 2x2. There we go. There. Cool. And this is the easiest way for me to do this. I guess do that and that and that, and then that'll continue off in that direction. Actually, it goes 10 feet, which, yeah, we'll just say this is the 10 feet. And then there's a door. Great. There we go. And into the doors. And let's use one of these. There we go. And is that opening the right way? Yep. Cool. Alright. So, secret door. This ends... Hang on, let me do this. Make it something somewhat interesting, like a ruined wall. Boom. There. That's a little more interesting. Okay. Cool. And that's it. That's it for that area. The pit is what it is. Area 21, which is this room that we're going to come to next. The agitated chamber. Okay. The secret door to this place is a normal sort, so it can be found without undue difficulty. It appears to be filled with funerary offerings and furniture. There are 4 rotting sofas, several throne-like chairs, vases, and urns which are dented, chipped, and broken. Stands, small tables, and braziers, all jumbled together. Only the rather plain tapestries hanging upon the east and west walls appear to have been spared a rough looting. There are 6 locked trunks and 24 locked coffers amidst the general havoc. The heavy trunks are empty, but the small coffers hold either 1 to 3 angry asps. Let's see. Yeah, angry asps. If a 1 to 3 on a d6 is rolled, 8 to 80 platinum pieces if a 4 or 5 are rolled, or 2 to 8 base 10 gold pieces, gems. Okay, if a 6 is rolled. If the weight of the players upon the balanced floor will have set a mechanism into motion, and each round they remain in the place, a d6 must be rolled. Any odd number resulting from the roll means that on the next turn, the floor of the room will jump and buck up and down violently. Each player has to roll, sustain 1 hit point of damage from abrasions and contusions. The tapestries, which appear to feature weed-grown rocks and green and golden tan scenes of undersea life, are specifically anti-magic treated creations of green slime and brown mold. Okay. If they are torn, they instantly turn into green slime Okay, and cover each and every player character or standing before them, i.e., each cover is a 20-foot long by 10-foot deep area of the floor when it falls. Right. Covered characters are turned to green slime and gone, with no recourse possible due to the amount of slime. Oh my god. Note that the tapestries can be handled normally, just not yanked so as to tear them, and they are well affixed to the top. However, if any character is holding one when the room becomes agitated, it is 75% probable that the jerking motion will tear the thing. If these hangings are subjected to burning, they instantly turn to brown mold and drain 4 to 36, 48 hit points of heat from all characters within 5 feet of the mold, and it gets worse from there. ... Okay. Note the secret door behind the tapestry in the west wall. Okay, so tapestries then. Okay, interesting. Well, let's frame the room. We haven't even gotten that far. It is 30 by 30. The tapestries are actually huge. We don't have tapestries that big, but we'll make do. We will make do. Okay. All right. This is where things get a little bit tricky. All right, so there's this room. Okay. Excuse me. Oops. I don't want that. I want one of these. So do that. And I need one of these. Whoop. Do that. And more of these. Do I have a 1x1? Oh, I think I do over here. Boom. Yes. Cool. There we go. And one more there. And there. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. I like these corner spots. There and right there and right there. And corner. Oops. I just favorite that. I did. I mean, I do like this style. I just don't really want it to be a favorite. All right. There we go. And there is a secret door over here. Can I get away with? Okay, yeah. That'll definitely go underneath that. Not that it's really necessary. It doesn't go that far under there. All right. Let me grab one of these. Actually, technically, don't I need? I guess either way. Doesn't matter. That works too. And then, actually, we're gonna do that a little different. So let's grab those. And there. Right? Or is that too far down? That might be too far down. Oh. Yeah, it is. Dirt. There, and we can get rid of that and replace it with this. There we go. Perfect. Alright. So that will become a secret door, which will loop around to a passage. And we can't... The secret passage has curved walls, which we can't... I guess we can do. We can. It'll just be... Let's see. Yeah, we can do these. Let's do this. Is that... No. That doesn't. Yeah, we would have to move this over here. Which is fine. And we need one of these. 2. We need... Do we need to? Yeah, we do. We do need to. Alright. Is there a 1x1 with the complete floor? No. Huh. Okay. Actually, there is where that needs to be. Maybe not, because yeah, if seeing how this lined up with this, we probably need that to be over here. Alright. And if that's the case, then we can just do 2 of those. And we don't have to worry about we don't have to worry about anything else. Let's do this instead for this bit here. Let's just use stair blocks. The simple yet elegant solution to that. Kind of. Because now we need to also add a floor in there. And yeah, and yeah, and there we go. Okay, cool. So there's that. It sticks somewhat, it adheres somewhat to the map, the source material. We're gonna go ahead and should I make this floor? Tell you what, since this floor is the main feature of this room, let's make it something different. Let's see. I do like the castle floor, mostly because it's very fancy. So we're gonna use we'll use this. Whoops. Okay, or you're just not gonna work. Weird. Would not let me click and drag. There we go. Alright. And this room is full of junk. Just a bunch of junk. Also, tapestries. 12. What is 12? Interesting. 12 is trapped false door. Oh, okay. So at this location, as well as several throughout the tomb, there are false doors which screen a spear trap. Okay. When one of these doors is open, when one of these doors is opened, and the player's illustration number 12, a spear will shoot out, and the door opener or any creature standing before it are subject to be struck. Determine at random if need be. Okay, so it's just it's a false door. Not a problem. We can do that, and that's in the upper corner here. So we need back in a dungeon. Grab one of these and one of these and a door. We'll do a stone door. There we go. Oops. Make sure. Oop, no, it's not opening the right way. Maybe we put it here. Hold on. There. Now it should open correctly. There. I didn't want it right next to the wall, because then it would phase into the wall when it opened. Alright, so this is a false door. So we can just kind of do that. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. It works. Alright, and this is a secret door that is going to be behind a tapestry. I guess we'll just overlap tapestries to make them big. It's the best I can do. Alright, so props, miscellaneous. Is it in furniture? I think it's in miscellaneous interior. Oh, nope, they're right here. Wow. All right. All right, so they've been up against the wall. Yeah, okay. It's very tough to tell with these. Okay. Okay, there's one big tapestry there, and one big tapestry. I guess I'm just gonna use the same, because the other option is this horizontal one, and I'll use vertical. Fine with that. There we go. Oops. Oh, here we come to the difficult part of trying to line these up. Oh, someone's home. Let's see. There. I guess that's good enough. There we go. Perfect. Okay, a couple tapestries. And now just a bunch of junk in the middle. That should be fun. Ay. Alright. Let's see. I don't even know. Well, let's start with this. This is a good junk tile. Just a bunch of rolled up carpets. Overturned furniture. It's also a good one. Throw a bunch of that in there. Table upside down. Put it right about there. Overturned table sideways. There. And stool or two or three. So there's also like plush chairs and stuff. I don't have overturned versions of those, but I certainly have some of those that I can use. Is that yeah, we're in furniture. Chair. Plush chair. Just throw that. It said that there were a few. So put one there. Put one here. Actually, you know what? We'll use this guy. Because those are more like a throne. If I want to make this plush, I can add a cushion to it. Maybe. Throw that, another one over here, facing that way. What else can we just pile on here? Let's see. Probably some of this. Oh, how about one of these? Torture stools. There we go. And ooh, one of these. Just kind of piled on here. We'll just put it right about there. Some random stuff. Let's see. Oh, barrels. barrels and stuff. Broken barrels. I'm gonna throw some of those in here. Those are good. Is that floating or is that no? Okay, we're good. Throw this guy kind of in here. There we go. Alright, it's starting to look like a hot mess, which is what we want. Good. Oh, there's a bunch of these like lock boxes in there. So let's pile some of these in here. I don't know why I'm worried about the height. As long as we're here and level, should be good. Oh, there it is. Okay. I mean, there are a bunch of those. So, let's see. Do one there. Do one right here. Another one right here. Or up on top of this one. On top of this one. There we go. It's starting to look a little constructed, but let's see. Box right there. And how about one of these? Just kind of chilling on top of this crate. What else do we want to do here? I said urns and stuff too, so this this counts as an urn. It earned it. Sorry. That one right about there. We were gonna do pillows. Oh yeah, crafting. There's a bunch of weird stuff in there. None of that. Not really. Let's see. I think it's miscellaneous interior. Yeah, there it is. Is that going to be the right size for one of these chairs? Possibly. I mean, sure. It makes it look cushy. Sure. That works. Okay. And right there. Some plush chairs. Let's see. What else? This rolled up tapestry. We can kind of pile it on right there. There we go. We can do a couple of those actually. This log. Or this oh, that's too big. That was way too big. I did not know that was that large. Alright, well. We'll just do another one of these somewhere. Right about there. Sure. That works. And about another one. It's kind of piled on top of those. And furniture now. Let's see. All the overturned stuff. Yeah, we can start putting these on top of other things. For it to look truly a mess. I'm gonna throw this down in here. Another one up here. This is like a weird Tetris. It's basically it is a weird version of Tetris that I'm playing right here. All right. So, oops, it's a little too similar to the angle that we were just at. That'll do. Anything else? I guess we can do another. No, I don't really want to do another. Well, we could. We could just do another overturned table. I'd say a sideways table. It's probably safer. Yeah. Oof. That does not make sense in the physics of it. There, that's better. Okay, there we go. That kind of makes more sense. All right. I'd say that's enough to kind of get the point across. Yeah. I don't want to get too crazy with it. But, yeah, there we go. Come in the room. There's a pile of stuff. You can search through it. After a certain number of rounds, the room just starts going crazy and shaking and bucking and characters take bludgeoning damage from all of the stuff flying around. And if they try to take down these tapestries without... Oh, actually, in fact, we've got something that we can do to indicate that the tapestries are connected to the walls. I believe it's in Miscellaneous Interior? Yes. This thing. And we can just, I guess, do we want to do just 2? Maybe we just do 2. Yeah. Oop. Yep, we'll do 2. That's fine. Which would be these 2. There we go. The hanging fixtures for the tapestries. Perfect. Oh, we have a mirror we can throw in there. We just kind of place it right about there-ish. There we go. Cool. Don't think we want anything else. I mean, we could easily add other stuff, but I think we're good. Put a cushion in there, why not? Why is there a cushion in the urn? I don't know. Cool. I think that'll do for this room. Alright. So that was room number 21. Now we come to the secret door. The only other exit from this room. Speaking of secret doors, we do need to double back and do we need to create... That was a secret door that leads to this door, which leads to the fake crypt. This leads to this secret door, yeah. So let's do that. Let's go into DM view, create hide volume, and make this a secret door. And use that. And toggle visibility. There you go. All set. And also, we're gonna wanna actually. There we go. Need to cut away. I guess we also have to hide the tapestry and this thing for when they find the secret door. So it's gonna need to encompass this whole bit here. So we do that and then come down to there. That should do it. Yep. And come down slightly. All right. There we go. Zero the secret door. Bam, 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 bam. And I guess we will also hide some oozes in here because that's part of it. Monstrous? Is it monstrous? I think it is. Where are they? Yep. There we go. I guess this has to be big. Yeah. All right. And then we will hide it. Same over here. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Whoops. There we go. And hide it. Okay. Hopefully their tokens will be able to move through it, even when it's hidden. Oh, it's a werewolf. I thought that was a... Oh yeah, this is the other thing that they added with the Snake Temple. They added Yuan-ti. Little Yuan-ti snake men's and women's snake people. Let's see. You got the one with the bow. And you got the one, the caster. Yeah. Cool. So that's pretty cool. Serpentkin. That's what they are legally obliged to call them. Serpentkin, not Yuan-ti. I guess. Alright, so there we are. Back in build mode. Let's get back into here. Perfect. And whew, it's been a long day. That was a long day of designing stuff, let me tell you. So this is going to lead to a corridor. Actually, I don't need that. In fact, I can just use these stair blocks because this wraps around and immediately comes to a stair. So yeah, let's go to the stairs and grab these. It's going to line right up with that floor. And we're going to have stair blocks to fill in the gaps. And in fact, we need to get rid of that and replace that one. There we go. And there. Okay. So now we're just going to have stair blocks going down these stairs, which descend 20 feet into another system of corridors, like any good old dungeon would. This is no exception. All right, so, jeez, oops. Let's grab this, and I'm just gonna. There we go. 15 and 20. Okay. Oops. Copy that. Move to that height. Oop. There we go. For some reason, whenever I turn off Yeah, when I turn off clipping, it doesn't go to, I don't know. Maybe it has to do with where I have the cursor when I turn it off. It's fine. Close. Okay. And there. That's better. There we go. I guess I have to turn off clipping while I'm hovered over the grid and just the grid, and then it'll correct its height. All right, cool. So that goes down 20 feet into the next area. Whoa. Let's see. Come down a little bit. Put some floor. And I need to put some flooring behind here. There. Perfect. All right. So that comes down into a hallway that is 40 feet wide. So that is 10, 20, 30, 40, until it comes to an intersection, which it looks like there is another pit trap. Great. And then there's another corridor that goes 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 30, 40, 50 feet in that direction. Another corridor that goes 20 feet in that direction until there is a door, or it looks to be two doors, and another pit trap. Awesome. Oh, which is at the 30 point. Okay, that's where the trap is. Yes. Okay. Jeez. And then after that, there is another 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 feet off in this direction. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Ay, ay, ay. And then it bends down and toward the south. Oops. Ooh. There we go. It bends down to the south and goes for another 10 feet before it opens up into a cavernous area, it looks like. All right, I will leave that like that for now. It also extends to the north for a very long way. So that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 100 feet, and then it ascends a stairwell. But just before the stairwell, there is a door to the right. So 100 feet, then stairs leading up. The stairs leading up apparently lead to nothing. Just to point that out before I get started. So that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And then there's stairs. So let me go ahead and start this with a 1 by 2. And stairs, just so I know where they are. I'm not going to start on them right now. Just going to put that right there. Okay. Whew. I think this is as low as the dungeon gets. Pretty sure. I don't think there are any more stairs that lead down. I think there is actually, there's a pit trap here, so that's going to be a little low. It's definitely going to be lower than this. And here, there's 2 pit traps. So those drop down. And then there is a secret tunnel somewhere in here that leads around to the actual, I think it's the actual demi-lich's, or the actual lich's lair, which is number 25, I think. I could be wrong. Anyway, it's a system of channels and tubes It's an elaborate network of wires and nerves. All right, so let's wall this up. Let's get the walls going, and then we can talk about other stuff. That. I will just do this just to make things easier in the long run. This is going to lead to a false door, which we can easily just put there, no problem. And this is going to lead to a cavernous area. Yeah, that I will leave on that side. However, on the northern face, it only goes for 20 feet in this direction until there is a one-way door, it looks like. 2 one-way doors. One here and one here. And then there's more wall. And we can do that, and we can do that. Okay. Okay. It's a lot. It's a lot, guys. And we're still, I think we're still going to go through and do touches here and there once this is done. This is not taking as long, in a sense. We do still have some set dressing to do once the guts of this are done. And we still have to do the hillside that this is built into. We still have to build that out, which is probably going to take a lot of time, but it'll be worth it. All right, and those are going to be stair blocks on either side. Whoops. Whoa. There we go. Control moves the grid. It also is useful for hitting Control Z. So, kind of mess yourself up there. Whoa, what's going on? Uh-oh. Whoa. Okay. Can I place it now? Weird. It wasn't letting me place the tile. Okay. All right. There. So there's a door here. We're going to use stair blocks to fill that in. Not a problem. Let's go ahead and put one of those there and one of those there. And go ahead and start that. It's 3 up. It's always 3 up. I might actually go back and fix some of my other stairs that I did and use this instead. It just works so much better. All right, so that door is not a secret door. That is it's just a straight up door that leads to another area. So we're just gonna put this block, that floor there, and use this door. I think. Seems like an okay door. Let's see. That is not the right way. There we go. All right, cool. We'll get to that once we finish up this area. Back to dungeon. Guess we're just using the single pieces here. Because it gets a little tricky in this corner. Oh, yeah, it does. All right, so we're just gonna make it incredibly easy on ourselves and just clip with the 2x2s or 1x2s. Sorry, and it won't let me place. Weird. There we go. And done. All right, there we go. There's the cross intersection there. Let's go ahead and fix this. Oops. Throw in there and there, and boom. Ta-da. And this is the false door. So I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna make it a big stone double door. Oops. And this is another one where the spike comes out, yeah, and hits whoever's standing in front of it. Since we can't put the door in the middle, we're just gonna have to do a double door. All right, and this is a pit trap, which again we can just use the stair blocks to wall it off. Makes it super easy to do. Yeah. So. Ooh. Do that, and then that okay. Is that right on top of that block? Yes. Okay. So copy this and there. There's the frame of the pit trap. I need to read to find out how deep it actually is. This is in area 31. 31. Okay, that doesn't really inform me. Wait. 21, right, we read that. That leads to this corridor. Oh my god. This is just like they did not outline the areas of this very well. It's like it's to get the description of this pit, I have to find where it's sort of shoehorned onto. The only numbered area near it is number 31. All right, well. Two-way doors north actually form of phase door, which enables characters approaching from the north to go through corridors which are not actually existing in the normal world. No amount of trying can make it possible to find these passages from the south, be it pass wall, wish, or whatever. Opening either of these doors or the one to the east from the far side causes a covered pit to come into phase, and the area is shown. The pit is otherwise exactly the same as others in this place. That tells me nothing. That tells me absolutely nothing. How deep is the pit? Well, here, tell you what. Back to area 3. That actually gives you an overall rule for the pits in the dungeon. So area 3, all pits. It says all pits, except where noted to the contrary throughout the tomb, are 10 feet deep, as concealed by a counterweighted trapdoor which opens as soon as any persons step on it. Thrusting with force upon these traps with a pole will reveal them. Those who step upon a pit lid will have a base. Okay, right. That's all we needed is 10 feet deep. All right, cool. Okay. Question asked, question answered. And when we come back from a break, we're gonna finish building this pit. Be right back. Hello, we're back. We're building the Tomb of Horrors in TaleSpire. Let's turn up that music. Boom, son. All right. Interesting. So we're building this pit trap. Basic, simple pit trap situation. So let me copy that, and we will build this out. That is a little too low. There we go. And it's only 10 feet deep, so this is all the further we need to go down. We will need to make a floor for the pit trap, but I accidentally hit spacebar because I've been using Adobe programs all day. And their shortcut for grabbing and moving the panning on your artwork is you hold down spacebar. In TaleSpire, it hides the menus and everything. Yep, that's where my brain is right now. That's what my brain is keyed to currently. So I was doing artworks all day. day. Let's see. Well, artworks is a very generous term. I was doing design. It was design. It wasn't really art. It was design. The two are not mutually exclusive, but whoa. I never know if I'm using that term correctly. The two are not mutually exclusive, meaning that they are not separated from each other in their own groups. I guess that's right. Because design can be art, and art can have design in it, but they can also exist separately. As design, something designed for a practical purpose is not technically art. While some art doesn't really have a design to it, it just is. Alright. Down a bit. There we go. There's your pit trap. It doesn't have spikes. I'm probably going to put spikes in it because 10 feet is nothing. 10 feet's especially for the level of character that's going to be going through this, 10 feet is absolutely nothing. It's just like whatever. Falling into the pit, dexterity, at the bottom of the pit, each pit. Oh, there are spikes. Well, there you go. Iron spikes. So that's in traps and treasure in the prop section. There we go. Iron spikes. Alright. Let's get to the right level. There we are. And I think we can get out of GM mode. Probably a good idea. And go back into back into build mode. I think I need to hide this. Oh, I can't. Oh, I see what I gotta do. I actually have to peel away the layers. There we go. Oop. There. And out of there and back into build mode. There. Okay, now we're set. Whew. Give me the spikes. Thank you. And we'll do 1, 2. Change my angle. 3, 4. Is that good? None of them are floating, it looks like. Good. Sometimes that happens. Alright, there's your spikes. And then you come up and you see the concealed pit trap. You can use this and hide it. There. Cool. Cool beans. Which is okay, that is south. That means this is north. And yes, our compass is correct in the bottom left. That is north. Excellent. Cool. So we have the pit. There's another pit over here. Great. So that's just going to be the same because the only description they give is that it phases into being. So I take that to mean that it's a standard pit like the others in the dungeon. So, gonna borrow this, thank you. And it's just in front of this side of the doors. So we can do that. Kind of get most of this. Actually, we can probably get the whole thing. Yeah, we can frame out the whole thing without cutting away anything. Is that? Oh, we did it wrong. Oops. My bad. It's all right. You can fix it. And one right there. Done. So you need to move this out and this out. There we go. And we also need to build down. further. It is 10 feet deep. There we go. And down another, whoa, half a height. And we can throw down some floor underneath here. Dungeon. There we go. And right there. And another corner piece. Okay. And now we do have to cut away. There, whoops. There we go. And let's see if we can adjust that. Perfect. And throw some flooring down. And I'm going to borrow some spikes. Got to be careful not to drag it into the corner too far, or they will start to float up the side of the wall. And they will be uneven. Alright, so now back into GM mode. Edit hide volumes. We're going to make another one right here. Bam. Dunzo. Toggle visibility. And out of GM mode. Cool. Alright, that's 2 pit traps. I thought they would go down further than that. We had a little bit of room to play around. Thank God it didn't go down too far. So I guess we've got the... Oops. Scale this up a bit. There we go. So we have that. We have the stairs that go down. Cool. We've got our crossroad corridors. We have the false door over here. We have the pit traps. What else do we got, yo? Oh yeah, the secret door at the end of here. The stairs that go up. In fact, let's go ahead and just finish these stairs. They go up 20 feet. Back in build mode. And copy. And whoop. And whoop. Done. And I'm going to hold down X and copy that, and then that way I can just paste my way to victory. Look at this. Bam. And bam. 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 All right. And also, I guess here as well, because this ends in a dead end. There. Leads up to nothing. Cool. Ooh, that's kind of tricky because there is a room. We can probably fudge it by 5 feet. Probably. But there's another room. Oh, actually, that room's down here. Never mind. We're fine. It's below it. We'll be fine. All right. Let's see. Give me this. And this is going to extend 20 feet. Ish. So I guess that's 10, right? Here, let's do this. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. Alright, so one of those, and also one of those. There we go. Kind of a cheat way of making that corner. Of course, we could just make the corner, but whatever. So that's 10. We want to do another 2.1 right there, and then 20, which will put us here. And yes, we want 2 more of these. There we go. Actually, technically, this one, we can just do this. And one of these. And I guess the corner piece would work, wouldn't it? It would. Look at that. There we go. Cool. I could have just used this, but whatever. That works too. And then that's maybe there, the one here, here, and corner piece in. So that curves up that way, and there's immediately a door right here. So let me grab this. Or wait, is that gonna go further? Yes, so we can use this. It doesn't matter. But I would like to even it out here, so let's do that. Perfect. Grab this, put there. And so there is a door immediately right here. So we'll use this. Whoops, this guy. Let's see if we have it opening the correct direction. We don't. Oops. There we go. Now it's doing the right thing. All right. So that opens to a door. That's 10, 20, 30, 40. So 10, 20, 30, 40. Ooh, this is going to be tricky. How do we do this? Oh, no, this is easy. Never mind. It's easy. We got a room here. There's a room. And we have walls that we're going to need to build. And the wall is going to cut right through there. Oh, wait, this is tricky, isn't it? I think we can do it. Let's see. So we need just this guy, right? Where's the door? Along that side. All right, so there, and this goes that way, and there, and there, and there, and there, and we're just gonna have to fudge into the wall there a little bit. So there, and we need this one by one again. There. Whoa, whoa. There we go. Corner. Got this guy there, and we'll run this side. All right. And where is this guy? I will also need him here. Boom. Because there's going to be a door. Or I could do a double door. Yes, we could. Let's see if it's opening the correct way. It's not. Okay. Oops. There we go. All right. So that opens into this room. Great. What's in this room? This is room doesn't have a number on it. It just has a number in the corridor, number 23. A bad movie. False true door. Alright, when the party reaches this point and opens the door, and number 23, which is over here, sorry, which is this point, when they open this door, it is probable that they will believe it to be nothing more than a false door. I mean, sure, that's assuming a lot, but the seemingly blank wall of solid stone behind the false door hides a secret door. So there is a secret door. That's 23A. Wait. Wait, where's the secret door? 23. When the party reaches this point and opens the door, it is probable that they will believe it to be nothing more than a false door. But the seemingly blank wall of solid stone behind the false door hides a secret door. Note that just beyond the secret door is a secret trapdoor in the corridor floor. Wait, what? Oh. That's way back there. I'm looking at 23A. Alright, sorry. 23A. The most likely place that will be found, however, is the passage full of sleep gas, which is reached by the east door. When the doors to the north, which open to the sleep gas area, are opened, everyone in that passage will instantly collapse in slumber for 2d8 turns. Each turn of slumber, roll a d4, and if a 4 results, a stone juggernaut comes out of the 20 by 20 room to the north and rolls 1d6 spaces south, then west, as determined by a roll of a d6. Everything it rolls over is squashed to a pulp. There is no appeal. There is no appeal. Oh my god. If the party is in this way destroyed, show them graphic number 23. Alright, what's graphic 23? Let's take a look. Good god. It looks like the hallucinations that Dumbo had. It's terrifying. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't have a token for that, really. It's fine. I mean, chances are, if they're asleep, the players, their characters are never going to see it anyway. So 23A, that's what that is. Okay. 24 is an adamantine door. So the only thing that's in here, this corridor. So they open this door, and they go in this corridor, and it's sleep gas. Ryan M. Geek, thought on TaleSpire, worth? Yes, 100% worth. I would say it's easily worth the $24.99 that it is, that they charge. Just because what I imagine that they're going to do and what I've heard that they're going to be doing, you're going to get endless utility out of it. Just because of the they have, like, what I've heard is you're going to be able to make tokens out of anything, like STLs that you bring in. You can bring in like second party tokens and tiles and stuff, and down the road. So I would say it's definitely worth it. Even just the way it is now, it's worth it. Without all the stuff that could happen, with what it is now, I would say it's definitely good. Blender models, I would say as long as it's a watertight STL, yeah, I mean, yeah, if you can save it as an STL out of Blender, you should be good. At least that is my assumption. Again, this is all speculation on stuff that I've heard them working on. So it is my hope that happens in the future. But I imagine here I can show you one of the things that just is now. So we put this door here, and if we go into DM mode, we have this little option: convert prop to creature. So if we do that, oh wait, it has to be a prop. Sorry. Bad example. Hold on. Let me Oops. Shift. Oops. I'm back in. There we go. Let's get rid of that. Go into props. This thing. All right. For example, this guy. Oh, for some reason we got two. All right. Let's rotate this guy. All right. So now we go into DM mode. Convert prop to creature. Bam. It's a creature now. Complete with its own base. I don't think it can open anymore, but this chest is now an animated chest that you can have attack players or whatever. But yeah. And it even has its own menu. You can name it. You can resize it. You can change it down to tiny. Tiny little chest creature that still has huge lighting effects for some reason. Yikes. Set it back to normal. Look at that, one by one. Look at that. I wonder if I resize it that way and if I change it back. Oh, no, it doesn't change it back. That just changes it to... Alright, never mind. But yeah, that's... do players see the base under the creature? Could you surprise them with a mimic? You could. You would have to basically go in and do that, which takes no time. You just go into DM mode, select the prop that you want to make a creature, and just hit it with this. Hit it with the the mimic hammer, basically. Yeah, you just bam, it's a mimic. But yeah, it's a neat little feature, and I imagine that has some similarities between just taking an STL and making it a creature. I think it might work something kind of like that. So if you like import an asset, which again it doesn't have support for currently, but down the road that it's all pointing toward that being a thing, you just import the STL and then use that to make it, at the very least, use that to make it a token. So it's possible. I don't know if it's a sure thing, but I see definite I'd see definite potential. That's the word I want. Potential. So yeah, I'd say this is definitely worth it. It's a worthwhile. And I mean, given what we've done just with this, we just building the Tomb of Horrors. It's a great 3D representation of that classic dungeon. And I mean, we've had to kind of make allowances here and there for things that we probably don't have, like the green demon face, which the iconic green demon face, which I think we did okay. Whoops. This is what we ended up with for the green demon face. It's close. It's not perfect, but it's close. So yeah, it's fun just for running games. It's set agnostic, so you don't have to worry about a bunch of crunch. You can run everything, all the rules and stuff apart from this. You can just roll the dice in here, add all the modifiers that you need, and it'll be fine. They do make a plugin for D&D Beyond called Beyond the Spire, and it will basically turn character sheets in D&D Beyond into like a clickable thing where you can, if you click to roll the dice in D&D Beyond, it will roll it in TaleSpire and add the modifiers and everything. I think it's still kind of buggy. I tried it out a little while ago. I think it was months ago. I tried it out and it was a little buggy, but I imagine they've made improvements since. I mostly use Roll20 with Beyond 20, and that works gangbusters. But Roll20 is... Roll20 is great. Once you get the hang of it, Roll20 is great. But even then, it's still a little... It kind of pales in comparison to this. It really does. I don't know if my mic picked up my cat. She's throwing a fit. What do you want? What do you want? She's just mad that I've been on the computer all day. It's understandable. Hey, calm down. Oh, jeez. All right, where were we? we were doing this. We built that up to nothing. This we're pretty much done with. There's nothing in there aside from the big rolling monster thing, which I don't think we have anything to really represent that. Can you rebind the hotkeys? I've heard that some of the default bindings aren't very intuitive. I believe so. Let's see. Yes. Yep. You can go right in and change it. Yep. So W down is that, left is that, right is that. There. I went in and rebound it to what it was before. All right. So this is a dead end here. This doesn't go any further. Ryan Geek, thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. It's super appreciated. Thank you. All right. So that goes there, and that's pretty much a dead end. It doesn't. I mean, it probably says it in area 23. Maybe about why this stairway just goes up to nothing. Which is weird. Not really. 23 true false door. Okay. So that's in the middle of this hallway. Okay, so let me... There's a secret door in the floor. Man, this was an ambitious dungeon. Super ambitious. So let's see, it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then there's the secret door. So 10, 20, 30, let me get the door ready. Okay. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then there's a secret door. Let me move my cursor there so I can see it. There it is. Okay. And I guess we'll use the stone door. Put it right there and make sure that it's opening in the correct direction. Yep, that's what we want. Cool. Then we go into dungeon. Where's dungeon? Dungeon. Oh, it's the freaking curse of the scroll. It's like right on the edge, so it keeps disappearing. Anyway, there. There is the door that leads to a stone wall. However, the stone wall is a secret door that leads further into the area, and also the floor. I'll probably not put it right there because it doesn't really work unless we move everything over one. Whoops. That did not help. You know what? We'll do that. We'll use this one. The rotted away wall. There we go. So this wall is going to be a secret door, and then this is going to be a secret door that leads down into a tunnel system. Okay. It's getting complicated. Well, actually, no. It's getting complicated again. Because it was complicated at a point. Especially right here. Wait, where was it? Is it this? Where's the giant pit trap? This one. This is complicated. Whoops. Right here. This whole situation. Crazy. Anyway. Back to this. Sorry. Alright. So this is going to be a secret door. This is going to be a secret door. So let's back in DM site, DM mode, wizard site, whatever you want to call it. Select a hide volume there. Perfect. That is a hide volume. Oh, we have a stray hide volume that we missed previously. Let me go ahead and delete that one. That was from before we moved everything up a few levels. Alright, so toggle visibility. There we go. That is a hide volume for that, and we also want one for the floor. Right here. Dunzo. Toggle visibility for that. Okay. Whew. Baby. Let's see. So that goes up to there. That leads to a tunnel Let's read it. Let's go ahead and read the rest of this 23. And opens the door, probable that they will believe it to be nothing more than a false door. Seemingly blank wall, and hides a secret door. Note that just beyond the secret door is a secret trap door in the corridor floor. This opens to a steep flight of narrow stairs which spiral down to a 5-foot wide passage, under which emerges at area 24. Wow. Okay, so that's a 5-foot wide passage. Okay, we can do that. We can do that, I think. That'll be tricky though with the stairs. We might fudge it and make it 10 feet, sort of. Because if we don't, we're gonna have issues with the stairs. If you've made a model on the bottommost E layer, can you shift it up to build below it? You can. We had to do that in between our last stream and this stream. We were building out this area, and we came to a point where I was like, "Oh, we're gonna have to go down even further." I think we were here. Oh, we were here, and we're like, "Oh, we have 2 more levels that we have to go down. We have to go down here and here," and we were basically at the bottom of the build area. So it took a little bit, but basically when you're in build mode, if you hold down X, it gives you this click and drag select tool, so you can select big blocks of things, and you can, once you even select, you can adjust your selection. So say you need to omit something or include something that wasn't previously selected, you can use that to select it, and then you just kind of copy and paste it, or no, not copy, cut. You can cut and paste it at the level you want it, which took a little. I had to like place reference tiles, like, okay, I want it at this level, and that kind of thing, and it was a little tricky here and there, but and it didn't. It took maybe 30 minutes to move everything up to the level I wanted. There is not currently a select all option that I'm aware of. Let me see. There might be. Let me see. Let's see. Build controls, selection tool X, MMB, rotate 90 degrees. That's neat. No, creature controls other. Here, let's see. Flashlight, toggle cut box, rulers. Interesting. Help bar, go to board center. Play as game master, play as player, photo mode, and 3 quick key empty spots. So no, it doesn't look like there's a select all option yet. Again, this is still in beta, so they might add stuff. What is building mode, build light, toggle grid, the ruler? That's right. That's what I saw. I saw the ruler, and I was like, "What? Ruler?" M. Okay, let me hit M. Oh, the I know. Okay, the rulers. I got it. The in-game templates for, fireballs and all that fun stuff. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, fireball there. 15 feet radius. Everybody in there gets hit with a fireball. Boom. 15-foot diameter. That's what that would be. Oh, no, that's radius. That was radius. What am I smoking? That's radius. And then there's, other rulers just to, tell how many feet away something is. You go down the steps and over this way. If you really want to plot out your Big Bad Evil Guy's escape route. And then they've got the cone. Oh, you can, yeah. There we go. There. Burning hands. Yeah, it's a neat program. It's got big flexibility. There's a lot of promise, a lot of potential, and it's fun to build in once you get the hang of it. So yeah, I would highly recommend it. All right, so this I'm going to change because it only leads to a 5-foot corridor, or yeah, 5-foot pit. So we need to go in and we need to remove this, and we are going to change this tile. We're going to change it up with a combination of this and 2 of these. Let's do that the other way around. Let's do it this way. And a couple of these. Yeah, there we go. All right. And then we'll make this the hide volume. So here, here, and boom. Hide volume. So that'll lead down, and I'm going to put stairs down in here so that they can walk down the passageway here. I'm gonna move this up a little bit. I'm concerned that it'll be too. Whoa! Yikes! This is gonna be. Oh, there we go. My cat is getting at her food dish. Apparently I'm not getting the hint that she wants her food. She's got 13 minutes before the end of the stream, and that's when she normally gets her food. She's being super impatient. Okay, so there we go. We fixed that. Let's get out of DM sight for now. And let's start throwing down some tiles before we wrap up the stream in about 13 minutes. All right. I guess the easiest way to do this would be to let's scroll up a little bit. Just use the stair block again. Which is becoming the MVP of this build. It's just versatile. It's a versatile creature. Oops. And oops. And there we go. Just wanted to copy it. All right. There, and there, and there. All right, now we can cut away because now we have reference. Before it was just like, well, I see nothing, so I don't know where to put anything. Alright, so that, and we also are going to need one right there because, and I think we might use different, let's use the ruined, yeah, it's going to be that ruined temple stairs, because it's going to lead to a rough corridor. So let's do that, and that. Yeah, Ruined Temple, they really didn't add a lot of assets. They have the archway and the floors. That's it. And some snake people. I assume more is coming? I didn't read the update. I should probably read the update. But I hope more is coming. That's okay, because for the walls we can just use Castle Ruins. Actually, I suppose you could just use those in conjunction with the Castle Ruins tiles, and it shall work. Aesthetically, they look very similar. There we go. So, 5-foot-way passage that comes off of this hallway. It comes out another 5 feet before It is that still under the hallway? Let me see. It is. So we need to come out another 5 feet. There we go. And then it's going to curve around that way. Okay. Cool. And we can just use that. Perfect. Yeah, it doesn't say it's carved out of the rock or anything, so we're just gonna use these castle ruins tiles because I like them. And we use this and click and drag to there, and also click and click and drag to there. There we go. Okay. So this is gonna be tough to tell. I guess it's in tens. So this is the 10 feet where it comes out from the secret tunnel, the secret stairway. So that's 10, sure. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 feet. Goes for 90 feet. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90. 90 feet. And let's go ahead and we're going to click and drag and up and copy. And we're going to paste these. Unfortunately, we can't click and drag and just copy these all along the way, but this is quicker than having to place each one individually again. Each piece of these walls individually again. So it turns right there. So we go that way and we can come out that way. There we go. There we go. There is the narrow corridor that leads off of that secret passage. Let's just go ahead and make the whole thing these, because there we go. Now it looks more together. Cool. Let me go ahead and scroll up. All right, and there's the secret corridor that leads off of that. And that will lead into, eventually, Area 25, which is a big room. It's the biggest room in the dungeon, but we will get to that later, as we still have stuff over here that we need to focus on. We have this, which also is going to be leading off of room 25, which is the biggest room in the dungeon. Well, sort of. It comes off of 25, and then there's room number 30, which I'm assuming, those stairs go up. Ah, that makes sense now. Haha. All right, cool. So I guess before we wrap things up here today, we've only got about 5 more minutes. We'll see what this end of the corridor leads to. It's supposed to lead to a cavernous area, it looks like, by the map. It's area number 22. So let's see what Mr. Garigagak said about this. The Cavern of Gold and Silver Mists. Okay. Okay, this can't be good. It starts out as a private joke. Great. As a private joke, Acererak has caused a beautiful and good-aligned siren to be placed into this cavern under an enchantment. She must be asked to come out to break the spell, and she can give no clues as to the nature of her durance. Okay. Durance. Okay. I know endurance. But what is durance? The nature of her being? I don't know. The mists are silvery and shot through with delicate streamers of golden color. Vision extends only 6 feet. There's a dim aura of good if detected for. Those who step into the mist must save versus poison or become idiots. They become idiots until they can breathe the clean air above ground under the warm sun. At the center, oh, that's a dangerous thing to be in this dungeon, is an idiot. They're basically dead. Until at the center of the cavern is a beautiful grotto in which dwells the siren. If she is asked to come with the party, she will do so. Stay with them through the adventure and thereafter be their friend for life. She has the following statistics. Okay, none of it makes any difference because it's all advanced Dungeons and Dragons, and it's long since changed. Any creature whom the siren touches in anger must save versus poison or become an idiot. Nice. For looks like 5d4 turns. She has the power to cure idiocy. It's a very broad statement. Power to cure idiocy so caused or that of the mists. Okay, by touch as well. There are 2 sacks with the siren, one large one and one small one, both of which will disappear if she is asked to accompany the party. If either is touched, the siren and the other sack will disappear. The sacks are as follows. The large sack, it contains 50 pieces of each copper, silver, electrum, gold, and platinum. It appears to be a normal sack, but it radiates magic. If it is checked for, it is a small bag of holding. Cool. The small sack. To determine the contents of the sack, roll a d10. 1 to 10, it's 1 to 2, it's filled with wool. 3 to 4, it has 5 pieces of jewelry. 5 to 6, it has 1 to 6 potions of extra healing. I guess greater healing. On a 7 has a d6 scrolls, or a scroll with a d6 spells on it. On an 8, it has 4 to 48 base 100 gold piece gems. On a 9, it has bracers of defense, and on a 10, it has a ring of feather falling. I mean, those are good, but to have a good aligned siren that will follow you around and be your friend, that's pretty cool. I would take the follower over any of that. It is not possible to gain both the large and the small sacks. If a character or characters state they will grab them simultaneously, dice to see which is touched. Yeah, just roll initiative. Let's just say you just roll initiative. Samurai, how's it going? So basically you turn into a trash white guy. Yeah, basically. You turn into a straight up dum-dum. Let's see. See which is touched a fraction of a second sooner. The other disappears along with the siren forever. The siren will converse in a friendly fashion only, asking how the characters are and if they find the going hard in the tomb. She will answer any direct questions with an evasive reply, like I cannot say, that is unknown to me, possibly, etc. Until she is freed, she knows nothing of the tomb in any event. Alright, cool. So there's a siren down here in the cavern. So we know for next time what we have to build, because we're about at the end of our stream. Thanks everyone for stopping by. Ryan M. Geek, thank you so much for the follow. Haj Gulashi, thanks for stopping by and resubbing for the 9 months. Sam, thanks for stopping by, chatting. We will be back on Saturday, or actually on Thursday. This week, Thursday, we're going to be playing some more Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. It's going pretty good. In between the stream this week, I played a little bit just to get my familiars buffed up and kind of. Oh yeah, thanks for stopping by, Sam. I got my familiars buffed up and everything, and even invited some familiars that were more synergistic with our party members. Aside, unlike the ones that we had, which weren't very synergistic. And there was even one that I had gotten and I had assumed was synergistic, but it wasn't. So anyway, and I apologize again for the audio from last week from Nino Kuni. I was very low and the game volume was way up. So, and I had no way to change it even for the VOD up on YouTube. So it is what it is. I just have to remember to adjust my audio at the beginning of my Elgato capture card streams, because once I'm in there, if I try to go in and adjust the volume, it screws my displays up. So anyway, that's Thursday, and then on Saturday we'll be back with some more Skyrim Special Edition on Legendary difficulty with the Frostfall survival mod cranked up, which it's going okay. We finally built a house, so we have a base of operations where we can store stuff, we can rest for free. We bought a carriage so we can get around easier. So it's coming along. We reached a point where we don't feel like every single fight is a fight for our life. Just every other fight is a fight for our life. So it's still tough, but we're gonna get through it. And that is Saturday around noon Central Time. We're gonna be playing some Skyrim. Next week we will not be playing TaleSpire, as I have one of my monthly D&D games through Eventbrite. There it is. Popped up right there, right up on my overlay. I am Dice and Brews over at Eventbrite. I run 2 monthly games through there. Tickets are $8 with all the fees included there. It gets you a seat at the table and a greater healing potion for your character to use in-game for that session. At the end of the session, that potion goes away, but I let the players and the characters drink the potion at the end, regardless of their current situation, just to get back some hit points or regain consciousness, which is usually the case. Yeah, they are dungeon crawls, so if you miss a month, you won't miss too much story. It's just basically kick down the door, fight the difficult encounter, see if your character survives, get the treasure, get some experience, all that fun stuff. We have some good groups. It's the second Sunday and Tuesday of every month. Usually this month it actually is the second Sunday and Tuesday. So next Tuesday will be our first game, and then the Sunday of that following week is our second game. So it's the 13th and the 18th if you're keeping score. So check me out over at Eventbrite. Again, I am Dice and Brews. If you're interested, we use Roll20, we use D&D Beyond, and we use a plugin called Beyond 20 that lets you roll from your character sheet in D&D Beyond directly into Roll20 without having to import a character or anything. It also works for me for monsters. I don't have to import monsters. I just open the monster stat in D&D Beyond, and Beyond 20 adds a bunch of buttons that I can just click on their attacks or their saves or anything, and it'll roll it in Roll20. It is beautiful. It is sleek. It saves me as a GM a buttload of time. So if you're interested, again, check me out over at Eventbrite, Dice and Brews. If you're looking for a non-D&D game to play with your friends or family over video chat, check out tourguidegames.com. They offer on-demand, professionally led TTRPGs for you and your friends and family. All you need is a smartphone. You don't need to roll dice or take notes. Your tour guide is more than happy to do that for you. And even then, there's not a whole lot of that. The games are very rules light, easy to learn, and a blast to play over a 2-hour period. Games like All Out of Bubblegum, Time and Temp, Lasers and Feelings, Project Ninja Panda Taco, Guild of Orpheus, Honey Heist, Fiasco, Scream. Now we've added SCREAM. It is the acronym, but it spells Scream. So yeah, if you're interested in that, check out tourguidegames.com. Maybe you are doing social distancing, but you have a game night that you haven't been able to do. This is a great way around that. Or if maybe you've moved recently and you want to get your game nights back up and going with your friends or family that are now far away, it's an excellent way to do that. Or if maybe you work for a company and you need a good team building exercise, this is also a great option for that. There are a couple games in the repertoire that are very geared toward that sort of task. So again, check it out over at tourguidegames.com if you are interested. Aside from that, everyone please stay safe, wear a mask, wash your hands, don't touch your face while you're out and about, social distance whenever possible, the mask goes over your nose, check and see if you are eligible for vaccinations in your area, and do it because it is the considerate and responsible thing to do, and just be excellent to each other, and we will see you next time. See you later. Hey, what's up? If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button and also hit the bell if you want to know when I post some new stuff. You can see some of my other stuff right over there on the screen.